In the previous two videos, I showed you how to configure the Cisco hub, and then we moved on to the two spoke routers. At this point, we should have everything we need for a working DMVPN network with those three routers. So if I now activate all the WAN interfaces by bringing up the ISP routers, we should see some activity on the hub and the spoke routers. And you can see that both BGP neighbours have come up now with the hub router. Remote site 2 took a little bit longer than remote site 1, but we do have two neighbourships. Let's have a look now in a bit more detail. Starting off with the SAs. The first part of the output shows the local and remote traffic selectors. This is for traffic between 81.68.87.1, which is the WAN interface address on this router, and that's transporting protocol 47, which is GRE. The remote address there is .17, which is the WAN address for remote site number 2. The output shows packets encrypted and decrypted. And there's confirmation there that the transform set in use is AES128 SHA-1. Coming down again, there's the details for remote site number 1, with a security association between .1 and .9. Again showing packets encrypted and decrypted. We can check BGP. The top line shows the local network at the HQ site, 192.168.50.0/29. And the two remote networks shown there are Site 1 ending in .8 and Site 2 ending in .16. Those have also been added to the main routing table. You can see there with the lines starting with B for BGP at the bottom. Looking at Show DMVPN, there are two peers that are currently active and connected, .9 for Site 1 and .17 for Site 2. The middle line that says unknown is because there is a BGP configuration for the Digi router site, but that is yet to be configured, so that's why it's coming up as unknown in here. Moving on to spoke number 1, we'll run the same commands. Having a look at the SAs, there is only one SA. Now this is currently going between remote site router number 1 and the hub router. That's confirmed with the IP addresses, they're ending in .9 and .1. There's also packets been encrypted and decrypted. Looking at BGP now, there are three networks again. The top line is for the network that's been advertised by the HQ router. The middle line is this own router's local network. And the bottom line is the remote network connected to remote router spoke number 2. This line is appearing because the HQ router is a route reflector. And checking the routing table again shows those two BGP routes have been inserted correctly. If we do show DMVPN, there's only one peer, which is the HQ router at the moment, because at this point there's been no site-to-site traffic, which would bring up another DMVPN peer. And now the same checks on spoke 2. Again, one security association between this router and the hub. Three networks within BGP, the local network, the HQ network, and the network for remote site 1. Two routes have been added to the routing table, and there is one DMVPN peer, being the HQ router. So I've brought up a telnet session to the remote console on the PC connected to remote site 2. So this is on the diagram, you can see there it's bottom left of the network, and we're going to send some pings to PC1 at the top and also PC3, which is connected to remote site 2. And we'll have a look at the status of DMVPN when we do some testing. So the first command is going to be to ping 192.168.50.2. And straight away we're getting replies. This is to the PC connected to the HQ network. That VPN is up all the time, so that was expected. We're going to do the same again, and this time send pings to .18, which is the PC now connected behind remote site spoke 2. And we're getting pings, so the VPN should have come up. Let's have a look. If we do show DMVPN, we can now see there are two peers. There's the peer between this router and the HQ router, and now there's a second entry as well, showing there's a direct connection between this router and Spoke 2. Having a look at the SAs within Show Crypto IPsec SA, there's a new SA that's been created between peer.9, which is the Spoke Router 1 WAN IP address, and 17, which is Spoke 2 WAN IP address. And there are packets encrypted and decrypted. Moving further down, there is the original SA between Spoke 1 and the HQ router, proving that DMVPN is indeed doing as it should with shortcut routing. Now we've proved that the DMVPN network is working correctly, we can move on to the Digi router configuration.